Welcome to our first ever We Are Waltham Forest Pride. One thing I do want to emphasise, we have absolutely got an ethos, and our ethos is inclusive, diverse, political, anti-racist and fun. We have not gone begging to banks or vodka companies for money. We have done this because we want to be independent and out there.
And I just want to say one of the reasons why we started this was because late last year there were 2 homophobic attacks in Walthamstow with 2 gay men walking back from the tube, stopped, assaulted, punched and told, "You are not welcome here in Walthamstow." Well, actually, everyone here, we've got a very clear message to every lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans person. You are welcome here.
Yeah. This was the principle I learned from LGSM and the great miners' strike in the 1980s, that we find our power when we unite and fight our common enemy. In the 1980s, it was Margaret Thatcher, destroyer of the mining industry, destroyer of council housing, the architect of the vicious Section 28. Now it's Theresa May's Tories, propped up by DUP bigots, and the disgusting Donald Trump, the class that takes our money and on the pretext of austerity spends it on war, border controls, privatisation, gentrification, while our schools and hospitals struggle and refugees drown in the sea. Meanwhile, with their vicious Islamophobia, telling us that all Muslims want to kill gays. What a vicious lie that is. And encouraging the far right, like fascist Tommy Robinson and his repulsive street thugs.
Oh, Tommy, Tommy!
We should take this opportunity to remember those who campaigned to deliver change. Many campaigners braved abuse and physical attacks in their tireless quest for justice and human rights, and they did so we could all enjoy a better and more inclusive country.
In Russia, so-called good old Putin is apparently now a friend of ours because of the World Cup. Putin is overseeing a situation where it's legally all right, apparently, to discriminate against LGBT. That's the case in Russia, as you know. In Chechnya last year, you may know, there was a torture centre, there's no other word for it, a torture centre set up in Chechnya for specifically gay men. Moldova, the same again. You try and have prides like this in Moldova, you'll get from the state down, the police, who've been all very friendly today, but in Moldova you'll get the state, people from the state downwards trying to smash up literally pride. So what you're doing matters. It matters because this is about, as other people have said, it's about celebration, but it's also about remembering. It's about resistance.
We don't want racists here. We don't want fascists here. We want people that will stand with everyone, with migrants. You know, it doesn't matter the color of your skin or where you come from, your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter whether you are a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, or all of those things. It truly and honestly, it doesn't matter. We support people who are going on a journey where their sexual orientation and their faith has been in conflict. We support migrants who have fled their own country because of the persecution over them. We support people, we refer and also support them with pastoral care and counseling. There are so many things that we do at House of Rainbow. But what is more important is that we also help people to find a place where they can be family. And I am so happy that today we are making Waltham Forest the place where all people can come, regardless of the color of their skin, from where they come from, their country of origin. It truly and honestly does not matter.
So I grew up coming down the market with my mum so she could get her fruit and veg as a kid, and I never saw anything like this then, and I grew up with someone who was gay and found it very difficult to come out, and I was reflecting on this today and thinking if he had seen this as a child, he would hopefully have felt less lonely. And I was hoping that kids walking past today will see this and know that they are celebrated, that they can be who they want to be. So thank you to the organisers for doing this and being so inspirational today.
There is still discrimination, there is still homophobia, transphobia, and we need to keep doing all we can to work together to make sure that that has no place in modern society. If history teaches us anything, it teaches us that it doesn't always move in one direction. It is not always progress. We've just had our government welcome to this country a most homophobic American president that you could ever imagine. What a disgrace that was, and it was so wonderful to see so many LGBT people and other allies and people from all sections of society marching on that demo against Trump. So history doesn't always go in one direction. But it was Tony Benn who said this. He said that hope is the fuel of progress and fear is the prison in which you put yourself.